What's up, everybody, and welcome to my TNA Impact Wrestling review. As we kick off the show once again live from England again, kicking it off with Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode in his second to last match of Kurt Angle's farewell tour. As he went one-on-one with Bobby Roode, pretty much winning the match, winning ankle lock, which is a really good match to kick off the show with Kurt Angle. Better than having, starting the show off with Matt Hardy talking. Even though I gotta say about Matt Hardy, although I didn't want to, like I said before, I didn't want to become world champion, he has proved himself to be a credible heel, a really great heel, might I say, world champion, and actually puts on a great match. I'll give him that. So I gotta give it to Matt Hardy on this one. Pretty much, it was great to see the show open up with a match. And a really good match also. So as they kicked it off, pretty much Bobby Roode picked up the mic saying there's no shame losing pretty much to the best professional wrestler of all time, he said. And he respected Kurt Angle and he thanked him for everything he has done in this company for TNA. And pretty much Kurt Angle and James Storm pretty much came out and told him to say thank you. He says, "You're TNA, we may be TNA originals, but you are a TNA legend," he says. And, his mind is worth $1 million, he says, and that their friendship was priceless. Pretty much Storm went to saying, he didn't think he would have a celebration party. Thinking that we're not going to let you leave without a celebration party. They pulled out some beers, but, Kurt Angle doesn't drink beer, so he gave Kurt Angle a half a pint of milk, pretty much, as the fans chanted, "Chug," he spilled it on himself. A bit of a rib, the milkomania, I should say. Pretty much then Angle said he's got one more match left, and it's going against Bobby Lashley next week, and he said it's going to be a classic. But his one match he does want to see is Beer Money versus the Wolves for the TNA Tag Team titles, he says. He said Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards came to the ring, pretty much said they respected Kurt Angle, how they inspired him and everything, and that they want the Wolves to go down, the Wolves to see it. And they wanted to see this match because they're the best tag team in TNA history. But Kurt pretty much Beer Money said we didn't come back for one time thing. We came back more to elevate ourselves, he says. And they said next week it will be for the TNA tag team titles, Beer Money versus the Wolves, which is going to be a great match, most likely. So it was a really great match then. It was pretty much a really great match then. Matt Hardy and pretty much crew, Reby, Sky, and Tyrus headed to the ring to cut a promo about Rockstar Spud turning on EC3 from the week before. And pretty much, how many times you're going to say boring? He says, "I will never wrestle EC3 again. EC3 is done. He will never get a title shot against me again because Matt Hardy owns EC3, he says." And he pretty much gave out a shout to Rockstar Spud that you brought up. It says, you guys disrespect one of your own countrymen, he says. And pretty much Spud got in the ring and got on the mic telling him, like, "I've lived in this entire dump for my entire life." And he says, "I finally made it my dream, but EC3 is done. I've been bloodied by EC3 and had my head shaven here. And pretty much just like the British public here, I'm just your flavor of the month," he says. "And you're disrespecting him, eating these EC3 chants, saying I am Rockstar Spud," he says. "And I landed my dream job, and I'm a hero, a national treasure here, and I should be treated like a star," he says. But he pretty much talked about EC3 again, just some good old-fashioned revenge, and he's putting his life to the Matt Hardy brand, he says, that he is the world heavyweight champion. That's what this company deserves, this company needs, and he's gotten rid of the cancer in TNA that is EC3. Is EC3's music hit. Pretty much EC3 came out with a steel chair in his hand, beating Tyrus with it as Spud, and Matt Hardy got out of Dodge then. And he said he didn't want a match or referee. He says, "I wanted a good old fight," he says. And that's what's going to happen tonight. Gail Kim pretty much addressed Maria as she was going to come out tonight, asking her about that Knockouts Gauntlet match. Matt Hardy was talking, pretty much yelling at Dixie Carter as they were all standing there. Dixie says, he said this is Dixie's fault, but Dixie said this is all Matt's fault. Dixie said, questioned questions Spud's involvement. And he says, you know what you're going to do tonight? You're going to be in a fight tonight, an unsanctioned fight, he says. So I guess it's forcing Spud to fight. Abyss went against Jimmy Havoc in a no DQ match, which was a really good Monsters Ball match, but I say. If you want to go with that, as Abyss pretty much hit a black hole slam to the barbed wire table to get the win. You know, I still think they need to stop using this whole Janus weapon thing nowadays. But Jimmy Havoc put on a great match with Abyss, so I thought it was pretty good. EC3, you know, he said he left EC3. EC3 said he left Spud Bald last year. This time he's going to make sure he doesn't even breathe. Gail Kim came to the ring then, pretty much addressing Maria and stuff. And like, you know, Gail Kim said, I got into this business because she loves wrestling, and that she doesn't, and that Maria doesn't. Hold on a second. That's pretty much the promo goes on. Sorry, got a little choking right there also. But pretty much as she addressed Maria out there, talking about you're not, why you here, you're not doing anything to elevate anybody, you're just around, she says. So pretty much as she addressed her, saying like, you're just Maria came out and said, you're just famous. She said they kept playing the music, I don't know why, the Miracle Mike Bennett music. So you married a celebrity, I did, I was on The Apprentice. And pretty much Gail Kim called Maria crazy ass bitch then. Pretty much just the crowd kind of went nuts for it. Maria pretty much clearly said she didn't want to be a celebrity, but you married a celebrity chef and stuff. And, you know, she couldn't cross the line and leave the lockdown because she'd be like, Gail, nothing more than a born person and stuff. And, you know, I was on Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump, she says, as Gail Kim pretty much, she said she came for a fight. She chased her, but Jade pretty much attacked it in. As Jade says, you want to fight? I want this, the Knockouts Championship. So, Jade going against Gail Kim. We'll see how this goes out to be. Eric Young said, there's no man around here across the side of the pond that can go against me for the Kingdom Out Championships, as this Damo dude says, you know, you haven't faced me yet, he says. He says, you look for the toughest man on the side of the pond. You haven't faced me, as he pretty much hit him with a drop kick. This Damo guy's pretty much a big dude, but Eric Young still beat him with a pile driver. Mike Bennett went against Drew Galloway, which was probably one of the better matches of the night also, which this feud could really go somewhere, as pretty much Mike Bennett beat him with a roll-up to beat Drew Galloway. As beat Drew Galloway then. So I think this feud will go somewhere and stuff. So hopefully we can get a lot out of this Mike Bennett thing. And stuff. Sorry, this Mike Bennett and Drew Galloway thing. You know, it's people they say about Galloway. Pretty much, yeah, some people think WWE officials needs to be looking at this and everything, because, you know, they really did waste Drew Galloway in WWE when he was in that 3MV crew until he went to TNA and kind of reinvented his career. It's turned out for the better of him nowadays. So, if you ask me, they should never released him, but they never really let him stand out, and he was wasted in WWE. But like I said before about Galloway, came to TNA, reinvented himself. Hey, he's a main event player now, if you ask me. He's going places nowadays. And this feud could really go well also when you look at it. Griedo gave a promo talking about, you know, I started out in buildings like this trying to become a wrestler. That's how he worked for TNA. And next week he's going to tell the world the truth to why he was fired. They showed a video package from last year when Kurt Angle went against Bobby Lashley for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And now they will have their match next week in this Kurt Angle Farewell Tour. Spud headed to the ring pretty much wearing a t-shirt and pretty much jeans and a black jacket. not wearing those, loud, colorful suits and stuff. EC3 was headed to the ring, but Matt Hardy and Tyrus tried to jump until he threw him into the back of a truck. Pretty much Spud and EC3 went from blow to blow, beating each other up with stuff until he put Spud through a table and choked him out then. Pretty much leaving Spud on the ground then. So even though it was a lopsided fight most of the whole thing, of EC3 pretty much beating the crap out of Rockstar Spud, it was still good and a better episode again from TNA. Another great episode from them. I gotta say, like I said before, the UK shows always do great. They never really suck, and the crowd's always lively and up for it. Hopefully the views will just keep going. I'm glad the viewers are now trying to turn around and stuff, and people are actually watching it, because I thought the ratings of the show are going bad, but it looks like they're going up now. So hopefully TNA keeps going in this right direction, and they'll kind of regain some ground again. So that's good for them. Another great episode of Impact. So we'll get ready for next week. Bobby Lashley versus Kurt Angle, which may be Kurt Angle's final match in TNA wrestling, and it's Kurt Angle week as it is already, to celebrate the career of Kurt Angle in TNA and wrestling. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later, and peace out.